Hey guys, when I start my journal with food photography, I believe for beginning in few myths what stopped me to grow in photography faster, and behind in my head was always I cannot do so many things in food photography because I don't have few things. That's today I want to talk about these myths, 6 myths what I believe stop me from grow in food photography, and I see still beginner photographer, food photographer, believe in the same myths. That don't talk too much and let's start. First myth what I believe long time, you need professional studio. This is something what I believe long time. I don't have professional studio. I cannot make beautiful photos because when I watching somebody job online or somewhere, I always see how beautiful is them photo because he have lot of equipment, lot of space. His studio is so amazing, looks everything so professional, and that's make beautiful photo. But now after 8 years, I know this is not true. I've start my photography in small place. I don't have like professional studio. I have like room what was like little space there. I start to learn about photography and photography there. That I believe, and now you don't need professional studio to make beautiful photos. You need the knowledge, skills and practice. This is important than professional studio. You can work in your kitchen, use natural lights, use the stuff what you have around you, like in diffuser. You can use the curtains what you have in the windows. The background can be some material, can be some paper or something like that, so you don't need expensive stuff. And for reflector, you can use that white card, or you can use the aluminum foil what you have in kitchen and you use every day. Another things was like you need expensive equipment to make professional photo. Of course, we hear that many times. You have beautiful camera, your camera take photo. No, this is not true. The camera don't take photo. This, you are the person who is responsibility for this. How looks your photo? How looks the everything around? No expensive equipment. You can buy expensive equipment, expensive camera, and the photo don't looks good if you don't know how to use. For beginning, you need only camera, good lens, because lens is important, the tripod, and straight away you can start to work. You need the knowledge, like to know about the lights, about styling, composition, setting, everything, and take the photo and set up your camera. This is what you need. You don't need expensive tools. I use now for record this video my phone, iPhone 12. And always all my video is from iPhone, not from camera. Somebody say why you don't use the camera? Because for me it's easy to work with my iPhone. I started that a few years ago to do video, and I still record with the phone, and I think the quality is very good, and I didn't change this. This is very easy to work and easy to understand. For me it's more easy than we start now learn camera, how to set up everything and record the video, when I really can use the iPhone for make that this video what I do today. Another myth what I believe so long, the food what you photography should be fresh, and that always looks very good on the photo. Of course, this is important. Fresh food, color food looks nice on the photo, but is some type of the food don't must be fresh for photography. When you do like salad or something, veggie, you can spray them with the water and will be looks the fresh the same. Another things, when you photography like cake, maybe some with the layer, and you put extra cream there, believe me, this cake, if you put for fridge for night and next day you shoot, the cake is more stable. You can easy cut and the layer looks better than when you bake, straight away put the cream and you photography and cut will be sometimes disaster. Another thing, the type of the food is meat. When you cook the meat, it's better if like steak or some like that's meat. You left the meat resting for few minutes. First, just don't go outside so much. And another thing, the color of the meat is better. And another food type of the food is like ice cream. We must work with ice cream so quickly to make the ice cream. Of course, you prepare this before. If you know how you prepare before, you keep in fridge. You remove and quickly you photograph. You have 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, 1 minute maximum to take the shoot. When you photograph the ice cream and you use mashed potato, it's better. You can choose the color what you want and work with this long. And really, this food looks like really ice cream. Nobody will be see that different. That's some of the type the food don't must be fresh. Number 4 is Photoshop will save every picture. Like many times on photoshoot, I hear from my clients, this don't look that, but you probably can do some magic in Photoshops and everything will be work. This quickly to fix it, but this is not true. Of course, you can work with Photoshops editing. You never skip this when you are a photographer. Always use the Photoshops or Lightroom and you can editing your photo more bright, more dark, shadows, colors, temperature, something like that. Of course, this is easy, but if your composition is bad, if your lighting is not good, if your styling is doesn't work, these things you cannot fix. Like if your photo is overexposure, it's not easy later editing in Photoshops or Lightroom and make good, looks good. Believe me, you spend so much time. That's I prefer to when I shoot something straight away set up good the lights, work with lights at the stand and set up good the lights, good the temperature the lights the same because it's white balance later. You don't want to have yellow green lights or blue. Of course nobody wants that. Another thing's the styling, the same. If I put too much stuff and don't work, spend like 2-3 minutes and think what is wrong, how I can fix it this. When later you have good photo, you back home and you spend only time for maybe a bright photo, the colors, saturation, and that is everything what you do later, and don't spend so much time in Photoshop or Lightroom editing your photo. Myth number 5 is any lens can work with food photography. Yes, it's true and not true. Is that I think is like the lens what you choose must be compared for this what you photography. Think about you are maybe you want to do macro shot close, you use the macro lens, but if you want to photography like portrait, macro lens is not good. This better is like 50 millimeters or 85 millimeters when you know with the f 1.8, 1.4 or 2 something like that. This is good for portrait photography, the type of the lens. For food the same, but you know exactly what you want to do with this lens. Another things, maybe you are a restaurant, you photography the food and you have all table the food and you do flat lay from the top the photography, and now you must take all dishes together. The lens like 35 millimeters or 24 to 70 is perfect for that shoot because you can take more stuff around and you photography everything. With the lens macro you cannot do this. With the lens 50 you probably will be do 50% only the stuff what is on the table, not that's what you change the lens. That choose your lens, think about what you photography, what the food you will be photography, because every food photography is different. The same the lens is better for this what you do. That's you choose the lens what you really need for the type of the food what you photograph. And the last, number 6, you don't need a tripod. This is like a big mistake. Believe me, the tripod is the most important tools in food photography because first help you to manage everything around. When you photography food, you can put your camera on the tripod and check how looks everything straight away in camera. Something move on the table, move the spoon, move the glass, maybe clothes or something on the setup what don't looks before good. Another things, when you work with camera and you want show the movement on the photo, you use the long exposure. That's every touching your camera will be the movement on camera, and the photo will be not sharp. When you use the tripod, easy, you can work with this. Don't worry about no sharp the photo. Another thing, so you can imagine you photography from the top. Believe me, when you stay and check everything how looks in camera, you cannot do nothing. You move the camera, you want to move the plate or glass or something, will be different position. Straight away when you take camera, it's not the same position what was before. That's when you put your camera on the tripod and use photography flat lay from the top, you see straight away like how looks your setup, what you should to change. It's more flexible and you easy can take the photo flat lay. You don't move the camera stay in one position. Another thing, so you can imagine you do stop motion animation. You move the little stuff and you do the shoot. The same step by step, easy. You can use the camera on the tripod. You know the camera stay the same position. You move only the stuff what you want to show on stop motion animation. This is very, very good to use the tripod. And last things, when you do video. When you do video like I record myself here now, I use the tripod. It's one position the camera, I only stop and start and I check everything is okay, the voice, everything. And I can straight away recorder and camera is the same position. And this was 6 minutes, what I believe, and I see a lot of people who is beginner in food photography still believe. Let me know in the comment what was the biggest myth about food photography.